Promised you a video and I'm going to send it to you. So this is the Gates bc500. I'm going to send you this video of kind of what the transmitter looks like, and then I'll send you another one where I fire it up. So here's the meters on the right hand side: modulator, multimeter, plate voltage, plate current, filament voltage, the switches, filament switch and the plate switch. Over here on the side, I mounted a couple of jacks, one for the audio in and one for a push to talk button thing, kind of thing I made up. That's this. So key and unkey, you know, it's cabled. So I'm going to open the door, and you can see you've got the plate amp loading control, plate amp tuning control, an RF amp meter, and a hole for the capacitor for the neutralizing adjustment. So this transmitter at 500 watts into a 50 ohm load, the normal plate current is 3.25 amps. So most of these old rigs are missing this shielding screen here. This one had it. So it goes on over the front of the rig to shield RF. I'm going to take it off. There's a couple of little thumb turns down here to get it off. And then you kind of lift it at the top. It's hard to get it off here without, you know, with the camera in my hand, but I'm taking it off. So now we can see inside the rig. So on the left-hand side, you have this deck with the dummy load, the resistors for the dummy load. The dummy load's good for a kW. And then you've got this, I don't know what you call it, shorting bar. So when it's in this position, it's out to the antenna. There's an insulator up there, goes out to an RG58 I've got set up. And when you put it in this position, you pull this out. It's a copper bar, and you put it in this position. It's a bitch, it's tight. It sends the RF into the dummy load. And actually, this is a switch. So when you push this all the way in, it hits the switch and it flashes this light bulb to let you know that you're into the dummy load. Kind of unique. So up here is the RF deck. You can see the variable inductors. So this rig used fixed capacitance with variable inductors. There's the loading inductor. There's your fixed capacitors. One of them's a Jennings vacuum variable. I can't remember the values. I've got them all written down. They're in the manual. Here's the, oh, I'm sorry. This is the tuning. This is the loading. But anyway, and this here is the neutralizing capacitor. Here is the final output. The final tube, and then the modulators A and B. Now got sockets here to add the second final tube, and actually I have the high voltage wire for the filament. The filament transformer is back here, so you can just daisy chain on to XV6 for the filament for the second final. So this board is the modulator driver, and actually they're both 807s. These ones that look like 6146s, they're 807Ws. They're like a military grade or industrial grade 807s. These are just standard 807s. I'm not sure which is which. This is a cathode follower modulator system, but it's like a driver and an output. This is the RF driver. These are 807s. Originally, both of these boards were, well, no, I'm sorry. Originally, yeah, I think both of these boards were sweep tubes. Here is the RF exciter. So the crystal oscillator, basically. And I've got two crystals in here. I think one for 1885 and one for 1890. You select them just by clicking this switch. I'm not going to take the cover off, but they're regular FT243 crystals. The filament contactor, the plate contactor. I forget what the fuses are for. I'd have to look. But you can see the wiring. So we now look down in the belly here. So you got, here is the plate transformer. Here's that step start circuit that I made. You can adjust the timing with this adjustable time delay relay, and a control transformer, and actually auxiliary relays, so you can do push to talk and like a Dow key or TR relay. So plate transformer, high voltage rectifiers, low voltage transformer, low voltage rectifiers, low voltage choke, modulation transformer, modulation choke, and your filter caps, and your bleeder resistor. Down here, this little kick panel, if you look at it, it's perforated. It's made for air filters, for to filter the cooling air. There's actually two fans. You can't see them, but there's two cooling fans in the top of the transmitter that pull air through the transmitter through the bottom. So I think that's about it for this video. Let me hit the switch. You can see what that looks like when the tubes light up. So that's the 833s. Filaments lit up. Let's take a look. See your meters, your filament voltage. Everything else is nulled out. And actually, I think there's a timing. Yeah, this tube right here is a timing tube. It's actually a time delay. It won't let you energize the plate until, I think, for about a minute, to allow the transmitter to warm up. And these